Good afternoon, everyone. You may all be seated. Court is now in session. Emma and Dan Schmidt, it appears that there have been multiple charges placed against the two of you. Officer Yuka, please come up to the witness stand and read the charges.
Emma and Dan Schmidt, you both are being charged with multiple counts of child abuse, child neglect, child endangerment, child abandonment, manipulation of a minor, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and a plethora of assault charges against your son. How do you two plead?
We both plead not guilty, Officer Yuka. Our son has been nothing but an absolute burden on us, and we had every right to disown him from our family if we chose to do so.
Well, if that is to be the case, I call upon my first witness. Officer Jardine.
Emma and Dan, I am 51 years old, and have been working in law enforcement since early 2001, over 24 years, and I have never, ever have seen parents as abusive as you. You were extremely unfair towards your son. And as a result of your actions committed towards him, Adam never wanted to be a troublemaker in the first place. And look, I'm sorry if you two were raised the same way you raised your son, but even still, that is absolutely no excuse to abuse the absolute hell out of him. I mean, I have 3 kids, one 24-year-old daughter, a 21-year-old son, and my youngest kid, my second son, is graduating high school literally next week. And sure, they may misbehave sometimes, and yes, I might not be happy with that, but that does not mean that gives me the right to abuse my own kids. The way you handled your son misbehaving was absolutely childish, and even more so immoral. Especially coming from grown 42 and 40-year-olds like you two. And with it all off my chest, I declare them guilty.
Thank you, Officer Jardine. You may now sit back down. I now call upon my second witness, Officer Yuka.
Emma and Dan, the day I found out about what you did to your son, and how long you've been doing it for, I was absolutely appalled. You never made any attempts to show love or affection for Adam, even if you made it seem like you were disciplining him. It still towed the line between discipline and child abuse. I have a 21-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old son, and if I'm being honest with both of you, similar to Officer Jardine, I would never abuse them over the most mundane stuff. And the fact that you forced your son into committing a felony-level crime like assault with a deadly weapon back in 2021, when your son was 15 years old, honestly just makes me sick to my stomach. And just goes to show how irresponsible and reckless you are.
It doesn't fucking matter, officer, because he still did it. I don't care if we forced him to do it, because when we realized we fucked up, he had already sent Bryce to the hospital.
Okay, Dan, you just contradicted yourself. You said that it doesn't matter because Adam still assaulted Bryce, but you also said that you didn't care if you forced him to do it. So please think of the words you say before you say them.
Exactly what I was about to say, Judge Messina. Anyways, with my piece finished, I say they're guilty.
Thank you, Officer Yuka. You may now sit back down. I will now call upon my third witness, Bryce Donaldson.
Emma and Dan, I hope you understand why you're here right now. Sets a huge example as to why abusing your child for years on end is absolutely unacceptable. You never ever cared for him. You constantly abused him, you manipulated him, and even contributed to his delinquency on top of that, yet still grounded him to make yourselves not look like terrible people. I legitimately did not have any words to say when I found out about all of this. I legitimately cried myself to sleep that night, because I felt ashamed for ever being an asshole towards him. Like seriously, Emma and Dan, what did you have to gain from doing all of this? What did you have to gain? Huge egos. Yeah, if you claim that you gained a bigger and bigger ego from doing all of this chaotic shit, then you're seriously disgusting people. I say you two are both guilty. Oh, and one last thing. Me and my girlfriend Miranda are going to be parents soon, and we're absolutely going to be sure to take notes on what not to do to our kid. And once this court case gets finalized, all of us are going to be filing restraining orders against you both, especially your son, who is also going to do the same. So Emma and Dan, if you ever come near me, Miranda, and especially our future kid ever again, both me and Miranda are going to call law enforcement to arrest you for violating said restraining order. You two have proven yourselves time and time again that you cannot be trusted around children, let alone your own son. There, I said my piece.
Thank you, Bryce. You may now take your seat. I now call upon my fourth witness, Tyler and Mik.
Emma and Dan, are you two mental? Why do you think it's okay to just abuse your son for shits and giggles, and claim that shit's acceptable? If you seriously think what you're doing is justified, not only are you two severely mistaken, but you two also have the IQ of a fucking koala. And no, I'm not holding back. You claimed that Adam was being a burden on you both, which is a crazy take, because it should actually be the other way around. You are being a burden on Adam. I genuinely hope you never see heaven. I know that may sound harsh, but First Amendment rights are a thing, so that is genuinely how I feel. I say you two are both guilty.
Thank you, Tyler. You may now be seated. I now call upon my fifth witness, Joseph at Bayo.
Emma and Dan, I just gotta say that what you did cannot slide in today's day and age. Sure, back then, it was less frowned upon, as messed up as that sounds, but in the big 25, not 1925, but 2025? Yeah, don't act surprised that you got caught, were interrogated, and are here right now. People like you are exactly why child abuse is a huge problem. You forced Adam to do all this insane stuff to me and my friends, and people like you are the exact thing that gives the term parental guardian and bad reputation.
Says the kind of person that likes to eat KFC, drink cherry Kool-Aid, and are incredibly unfaithful.
Okay, I did not want to deal with racial remarks being made towards me today. I tried to be civil with you both, but you two aren't doing so back. This only proves my point further, that you two are terrible role models for younger people, especially for your own son Adam. Please just stop. You are only making things worse for yourselves.
Dan and Emma, Joseph is making a really good point. You are being incredibly racist right now, which if you don't know, is a hate crime.
Yes, and we do not care. Joseph is the one acting childish, and he assaulted our dog after Adam misbehaved once.
The fuck is your problem, bruh? I never assaulted anyone or anything, so stop lying through your teeth. Quit being a false allegation spreading bitch and just admit you abused Adam.
You assaulted our dog. DNA testing can prove it right now, you black monkey slave.
Alright, that is enough, all three of you. Emma and Dan, another derogatory remark about anyone in this courtroom, you two are going to be detained and sent to the back of the room. Do you understand? And Joseph, please quickly give me your decision and go back to your seat.
I say they are both guilty, no discussion needed.
Thank you, Joseph. You may go back to your seat. I now call upon my sixth witness, Brook Lacita.
As a longtime friend of Adam, I genuinely don't understand why he thought driving out to the middle of the city and just leaving him there without food or water was a good idea. This not only proves that you two aren't qualified to be good parents, or even parents in general to begin with, but it also proves that you two are absolute shitty people. The fact that you went out of your way to abuse him for all these years was already horrible on its own, but you also had the gall to abandon him on the streets. Mind you, where danger lurks absolutely everywhere, and is inescapable. He literally could have gotten shot or stabbed out there if he were to get robbed of stuff he doesn't have. You two are extremely lucky Adam did not get killed, jumped, or even injured once out there. But with all that aside, when I become a mother someday, I am going to use you guys as an example of what not to do when parenting a child of my own. Judge Messina, I say they are both guilty.
Thank you, Brook. You may now go back to your seat. I now call upon my seventh witness, Miranda Buckley.
Emma and Dan, when I give birth to my kid near the end of this year, I'm going to use you both as examples on how not to treat a child. You have seriously messed up big time. I cannot believe you put Adam through all of this mental torture, abuse, manipulation, and so many more unspeakable things. You should not be parents if that is how you treat him. And I hope you understand why Adam called the police on you sets a big example as to how much trauma you've inflicted onto him. You beat him, you abused him, and for what? What the fuck did you have to gain from this? What did you gain? Power? Yeah. You guys are absolutely sick. I say you two are guilty.
Thank you, Miranda. You may now be seated. I now call upon my eighth witness, Grace Lacita.
Emma and Dan. When I first met you 3 years back, I thought you were some of the nicest people I have ever met. I trusted you. I trusted you for years, and the day I found out about what you did, I learned a valuable lesson. Unless you have built a strong enough relationship with someone or a group of people, trust no one. I genuinely feel ashamed for ever trusting you. The fact that I trusted actual child abusing ex-wives proves that I can no longer trust people that I don't talk to often. And from what I heard, you also told Adam to keep quiet about what you've been doing to him, or something horrible would happen to him. Adam didn't specify what that was, but when it's Adam's turn to come up to the witness stand, I really hope he has enough courage and willpower to finally come forward with what that thing is. And with that said, Judge Massenet, I find both of them guilty.
Thank you, Grace. You may now be seated. I now call upon my ninth and second to last witness, Ross Lacita.
Emma and Dan, similar to Grace, when I first met you two, I thought you were genuinely nice people, but I was sadly mistaken once your horrible actions came to light. If you ever come near your son or any of us ever again, we are all going to have you arrested and put back in jail. I trusted you both. I trusted you both for almost 5 fucking years. Half a decade. Think about how crazy that sounds. I was being brainwashed by you as far back as the pandemic, and I never saw past your deceptive behaviors. I legitimately feel bad for Adam now that all this stuff came to light. The one thing I just want is for justice to be served. Yes, Adam may have fucked up in the past, but that's because you forced him into doing all of this outrageous stuff. It was all staged just for you to ruin any plans he would have had for a career. He has a criminal record now, all because you staged everything and forced him to cause that stuff. I say you two are guilty, no debate needed here.
Thank you, Ross. You may now be seated. And finally, I call upon my 10th and final witness, Adam Schmidt.
Mom and Dad. So many years of my life have been a living nightmare thanks to you. You have abused me to the point of self-harm, and you say that I'm quote-unquote, acting pathetic. And did you do anything to help me get rid of these suicidal thoughts I had? Did you? Fuck no. All you did was say that you were going to enroll me in therapy, but you never did. You have legitimately ruined my fucking life. I have a criminal record all because you forced me into assaulting Bryce with a knife. I never wanted to do it in the first place. Oh, and I also wanted to mention what would have happened if I told everyone about your actions earlier than 2 years ago. I was extremely reluctant to come forward, but before I get to the most fucked up part, let's start a little tamer, but not by much. When I turned 17 on January 21, 2023, my birthday gift was being forced to destroy my PC. Keep in mind that I bought the PC with my own money, so they had no right to force me to do this. They said that if I didn't destroy the PC like they demanded, they would have sliced my dick straight off. Yep, I wish I was kidding, but they actually did say this, straight to my face. It was either my PC or my manhood, so I had to break my PC, just to get out of that choice. So not only should they be charged with the stuff previously mentioned, but they should also be charged with attempted sexual assault on a minor, because keep in mind, I had turned 17 that same day, but also sexual battery alongside that. But that isn't even the most fucked part. Mere hours prior to arriving at the courthouse to attend this trial to testify against my parents, I was looking through their payment records just for the hell of it, and what I saw absolutely shook me to the very core. Near the bottom of the 4th page, I saw something that genuinely made me want to throw up and die inside, and guess what, Mom and Dad? Don't think I was dumb enough to leave it at your house, because I brought that exact page with me as well. If you look further down the list, you can see something dated exactly the 21st of March, 2021. It was a purchase for thousands of dollars, and it was apparently supposed to be sent to someone who was a known pedophile and a sex offender, who from my research has since been locked up, and after I put 2 and 2 together, I finally pieced together what they attempted to do. They planned on hiring a pedophile and a sex offender to sexually assault me and rape me. Thankfully, by an incredible stroke of luck, the purchase was declined and did not go through, because my parents didn't have enough money in the account. Had they had just $100 more, the purchase would have went through, and I would have probably been raped and sexually assaulted. At 15 fucking years old, the fact that you two were willing to give me a traumatic experience of this caliber that would have lasted the remainder of my life, I hate you both so fucking much. I genuinely hope you get assaulted to death in prison, you fucking child predators.
Quit being so soft and take the shit like a man, you fucking pussy.
Okay, absolutely not. I've had it up to here with you both. Not only did you abuse Adam to the point of self-harm, but you also tried to get him raped and sexually assaulted. Unbelievable. And the fact that you have the gall to show no remorse? Oh my God. I was originally going to sentence both of you to life in prison, but given this new information, Emma and Dan Schmidt, by state law regarding capital punishment in South Carolina, I hereby sentence you both to death by lethal injection.
What? Don't you think that's a bit too harsh? Please reconsider what you are doing. Me and Emma have a long life ahead of us.
I'm sorry, Emma and Dan, but had you not tried to make that payment to the sex offender, your sentence would only be life in prison. However, given that you attempted it, my only option from here is to sentence you to death. I'm sorry, but it's just the proper procedures we need to follow. This case is now dismissed and this court is now adjourned. Everyone is now free to leave. Officer Jardine and Officer Yuka, take these disgusting people to the death row cells to await execution.